Welcome to Indian 4 on the Quaker side of the park. Indian 4 is a primitive cabin, and beyond the old outhouse right there is a brand new facility building, and as you can see, a newer spigot in the foreground here, right next door. And though it's not creek front, it is creek side. Quaker Run Creek right here. It's a wonderful place if you got kids that like to play in the creek. It's also a nice little mini loop here. There's 5 cabins here. That's number 5 across the way. To have these 2 cabins. Now number 5 is a bit of an anomaly in that it is electrified. A and B, it's a reverse cabin. In other words, the extra room on number 5 is the small room in front of the cabin, and it also has a gable roof on the front of the porch. Just one of those nerdy things I noticed. I'm sorry, let me go back to that. Number 5 has a hip roof on the front, whereas most cabins that were modified in the day went to a gable roof. Now, all of these cabins were refurbished about 8 years ago. They had new piers installed, up to code, sonotubes down below, and then the squared off piers were rock faced there for historic authenticity. And as you can see, it's a beautiful setting here. And with so much rain, the creeks are swollen. It's June 13th, 2025. And this is a typical primitive cabin of Indian Circle and Reed. And I say that because they were modified. The doorways are now at 80 inches up to code. And there's new doors, 80-inch doors that were installed by the carpenters. I believe this was farmed out to an outside agency when they refurbished all these. But as a result, they did have to make some structural modifications to the hip end of the roof right here, as you can see right here. These all have nice airtight stoves, and I was recently in Reed 2, and that airtight, when I loaded it up for nighttime, just kind of smothered all night long and kept it nice and cozy. New fireproofing on the back walls here, non-asbestos. And again, a very typical primitive cabin here, 4-burner range. They took out the old hutches and they put these into place. I kind of like the old hutches a little better. They offered more counter space. But 4 cots, they are all newer springs, frames rather, about 5 years old, as are the mattresses. And this is a great location. And you can hear the creek. It'll lull you to sleep. And all of the cabins that had none on both sides of the park have these new brooms and dustpans donated by the Friends of Allegany State Park just before the season opened here for the primitive cabins. So again, this is Indian 4, one of 5 cabins on Indian Loop. Across the street is Indian 5 on Quaker Run Creek. You folks have a great Allegany day. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.